Okay guys, this is going to be a step-by-step video on basically everything that I have just talked about on this site. Everything is already written out for you, but just in case maybe some things were unclear, or just to help you really get to understand basically what I'm doing here, I will do this video. We'll do it live, just how you would doing two teams. So I'm going to pick Duke and St. Mary's. Now, I don't even know who's getting in or anything into the tournament yet. That's not coming out until tomorrow. But I thought I would go ahead and just do this just to kind of let you know how to get this going. Um, okay, what I have here is my Google site, of course. So I'm going to basically load up those three pages, the StatFox page, the ESPN men's basketball, and the Sports Network for injuries. So I'll just go to my bookmark, and I'm going to go over to my little invest area. I'm going to compare my March Madness thing, and then right here you see all three. I'm going to hit open all in tabs. So we'll open those three automatically. So we have StatFox and everything. First, we're going to need is ESPN. I probably should put that in order first, but anyway. So let me go ahead and switch over to, I want to get to, I believe it's this one right here. Yeah, my March Madness Open Office. There we go. So, and I already had this formula in here, and the formula is already written. It's all written right here, as you can see, and you can it's on the website. So, now I know on YouTube, some of y'all might be like, well, you know, I don't have the site, but there should be a link underneath to the actual site, which gives you all the information to understand how exactly this formula works and what it does, and you know, all the results and stuff like that is done. Okay, if you found it, you didn't find it from my site, you just happened to find it from YouTube. All right, so we know that we have this rating is based upon, you know, you got your top player points per game, your top three players, you have the points, team points per game, you have your free throw percentage, your scoring for defense, basically how many points they allow, and then the rating, and of course it's with that formula in there, and that's a standard type spreadsheet that you can plug into any spreadsheet and work. There's no special variables in that. Okay, I mean you can't copy it directly. I mean I'm using like B, I'm using column B 314th lines because I got all these other lines above that, and of course that wouldn't be the same, but you understand what I'm talking about. Okay, so here we go. The first thing we got is I'm going to go with Duke, and I'm going to go with Duke and St. Mary's, and I need the top three players of each, and we need to check them for injuries and stuff like that. So I'm going to go ahead and bring up, and we want to find Duke. Duke. Okay. So here we will go to stats. We're going from Duke to stats. Alright, now these are our top three players. It's Nolan Smith, Kyle Singer, and Kyrie Irving. So these three guys, we want to find out. These are the top three players. We want to find out if any of them have injuries. So we're going to go over here to the Sports Network. And actually, there's not that many teams right now. This is all the A through M teams. There's only a couple, mainly because nothing's really going on except for maybe like a little tournament. But the season is over, so that we have a lot of stuff. It'll start back up more when whoever gets announced and then the tournaments and stuff like that. These are like teams that have injuries that are associated with other little tournaments that are going on. So we have Duke, and we see right there Irving and Smith. Both players have some sort of injuries on here. Now this was December 8th. It says expected to miss the remainder of the season. So I guess he was out with the right big toe. So we know that Irving is out. Smith, just recently, the 12th. What is today? Today is the 12th. Huh. I can't even keep track half the time. Okay. So the 12th, which was today, he played in Saturdays. I guess they were in a tournament. Like I said, I just picked Duke and St. Mary's just to pick two teams. But it said he played in it against Virginia Tech. So he is probable with a toe. So he's going to probably play, so we won't even mess with him. But we do know that Irving here is out. So I'm going to go back. No, I'm going to stay here. So we know Irving is out. So Smith, and we want points per game. So we have 21.1 for Smith. So we're going to put that right here. 21.1. And this is the Duke line, of course. And the next player was Singer. Who's injured? Irving's injured. Yeah, pretty sure. Yeah, Irving's injured. Okay. And then we have Singer was 17.5. And you can make this video, it's going to be in high def, so you can make it full screen if you want and see everything without this box here. But if you don't, that's okay too. And then the third player is Irving, who's injured. Now on injuries, we will deduct 4 points from them. Because what usually happens is a player will step up, like this Seth Curry or whoever he is, will probably, my little pointer keeps getting messed up here, he will probably go ahead and step up and start playing really well, and at least do better than what he's normally been doing in the past. So he'll get more opportunities and stuff like that. So we're going to drop 4 points off of Irving here and drop them down to 13.4 for him. So you put 13.4. Okay. So now we have Duke's 3 people. So now we need St. Mary's. So let's go back. And instead of having to go back to the way we did before, we'll go right over here to this little box. Click that. And we're going to go look for St. Mary's. I'm sorry, my throat is a little scratchy and I keep having to cough every now and then. Okay, St. Mary, Saint, that must be S.A. St. Mary's, there it is. So we have St. Mary's, we bring those up. And their top 3 people are McConnell, Jones, and Dellavedova. I don't know what kind of thing. You can do a lot of things with that name. Wow. Okay, Dellavedova, if that's how you pronounce it. So McConnell, Jones, and Dellavedova. Now let's go and check out the injuries. We're going to need to go through the S's over here. So let's go down right here and click that. Okay. Now, St. Mary's isn't even listed on here. And that's, again, they're probably not playing any tournaments or anything. Again, I just picked, a team just to show you this, how it works. Not so much that it really works. I mean, not so much actual who's playing who, since we have no idea yet because it doesn't come out until tomorrow. So I'm going to go back here to St. Mary's, and we'll put their top 3 people, which is 16.7, 13.6, 13.3. So that's 16.7. It's sometimes a lot better to just copy and paste so you don't make these errors. What are we, 16.7, 13 point something, and whatever. 13.6, 13.3. 13.6, 13.3. Okay, now as you can see, the points are for just scoring alone. We're looking at about 20 points, so Duke is beating them by about 2 points, roughly. 2.5, 2.6, whatever. So now we want the team points per game. Okay, so let's go back. Now, on the points per game, we're going to go over here to the stat box. And we're going to make sure this is an offensive stats, and make sure it's all games. Not home games, road games, but all games. And that's very important. You don't want it to be on, even though they are most of them in road games, for some reason March Madness people come out and they play really, really well like they're playing a home game. And then some teams don't. And just to get a whole rounded picture here, we'll just go with all games. Now you can see sometimes on March Madness, some people are just going to play really, really well, and it's going to be. It would have been best if we went with home games for them, but you just never know how it's really all going to play out. So we just try to do our best with what we have. So we're going to go down to Duke here, and we're going to be 81.4, because as you can see, this is points per game. 81.4 for Duke. So we go back, and Duke, 81.4. Now with St. Mary's, go back, scroll down, find St. Mary's. Okay, it's St. Now, of course, they don't do SA. They use, or do they? St. There it is. I can get my thing to work. St. Mary's, right there. They have 79.2. So we're going to put 79.2. Now, with points per game and everybody on strictly points, I mean, we have Duke up about almost 5 points there. Or right at 4.9 or whatever. So, that's pretty big from just going by offense here. But we don't know what's really going to happen. Sometimes a team will be out. It will be great defensively and stuff like that. And free throws, will make the big difference too. You just never know. So we're going to continue on. Let's go with Duke. And still on the same page here, if you scroll all the way to the top here, we're going to see the free throws. Okay, so now we're going to go all the way down to Duke. Oh, let me go that far. Duke, and the free throws are 75.1. Okay, St. Mary's. Now that we know that's ST on this flight. St. Mary's, and the free throws is 76.4. So they're a little bit better. So that's going to gain them just a little bit on them. So now instead of being 50, we're now 40. Or we were 49, now we're 45. So, we were starting to gain a little bit. And they were just a little bit better. Just by a little bit percentage, it makes a difference. Now this is going to be this will be done, and these numbers will come down based upon whatever happens here. So we go back, and we want to go to defense now. We've been on offense this entire time. Offensive stats. We now want to click over here where it says view defensive stats. And now that we know where the defensive are, we want points per game, and we're in the defensive setting. Okay, so let's go down to Duke. And 64.5. And St. Mary's defensive. St. Mary's defensive is 66.1. Both teams great on defense, although Duke is a little bit better. And the final score we have here is 825.2 to 768. So you're looking, at, what's that, 30, 40, 55, 56 something points, which is like 5.5 or so spread on that you expect Duke to win. Now, that's how you would do a spread. If you're just doing straight up, Duke's going to win straight out. But we think they're going to win by 5.5 points. So if the spread was -2 on Duke and you think they're going to win obviously by 5, then that's a good spread. If the spread came out to like -7 Duke, then you would say, no, I think St. Mary's is going to be closer than that. Now, time is up, and I'm pushing that 15-minute right now. So if you have any questions or anything, just put them at the bottom of the page. And again, if you came here from YouTube, there should be a link down there for you to find. I'll talk to you guys later, and good luck this season.